So, welcome back everyone to One in the Chamber. It's been about 2 weeks and stuff, and let me just start with the summary and then we'll start her up again. I think that's not the music I want. Give me one sec. Go with this for now. I like this as my default. So last time, with the strays with the Nirvana bell in hand, made their way back to the manor to find it even more quiet than it was left. After confronting Billiam and learning about Sir Davis' death, to kind of save at least Billiam and from the corruption that was going within the manor, party then made their way into the manor. After some puzzle shenanigans and whatnot, they were able to go down to the inner sanctum and find Fedrino. Hold on. And after confronting him with the bell to weaken him, they were able to defeat him.
Uncle or an estate sale.
And then after they defeated Fedrino, they were able to free the others from the party that were trapped in glass vials, and no one seemed to end up hurt from this. Justice was then visited by some creature that said it would see her in her dreams, and Deli learned that his uncle seemed to be a little bit more involved in some of this stuff than he had known prior. And that's where we last left off, but I have an intro, so I will start with that, and then we'll kind of get going. They say, if a mortal were ever to pierce the veil without proper training, that mortal can create tears between the ethereal plane and the land of the living. Though most of these tears can be repaired by the passage of time, they still cause ripples that echo across the lake of the dead on the border ethereal. And as a dwarf pushes through the veil, an electric jolt begins to push through the lake, creating such a tear. And that's where we're gonna start up as give me 1 minute. So
Are you calling me fat?
yes, your fat ass created a tear in the plane between the dead and the alive. Good job.
Must have won too many ginger's roots.
Shit. Stop. Anyway, let me find what map we're on real quick. Where did I put it? It's Everett's home. Outside the manor. There we go. So all of you have begun to make your way outside, amongst many others. The sun is finally kind of cresting over the swamp gas. There's like a low kind of yellow haze kind of forming. Deli, you've seen this many times before. It's usually about the morning in the mire when it starts really getting nice. You hear the occasional hum of frogs and crickets and the like, just kind of going about their daily life. So yeah.
If I wasn't so damn tired, I'd go gigging right now, but how long have we been awake?
A bit over a day now without proper rest.
I usually take a nap every 3 hours.
I suppose that is necessary for one of your constitution.
Damn right, I can eat anything. Now let's go make sure nobody else is dead before I become one of them.
I would recommend the fugu frog for you, but that's a delicacy even I would not risk too much with.
I'll fucking eat it. Sounds delicious.
Jesus Christ. Moogle, you're muted, by the way. I don't know if you did that on purpose.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Just letting you know. So yeah, you begin making your way. A lot of the, because I just don't want to throw everyone on the map. A lot of the survivors seem to be kind of either making their way out of the manor behind you guys, or just kind of spreading out through the courtyard and kind of making their way back towards the path towards the train at the current moment. You do see kind of as you're walking out, Billiam really hasn't left his spot. Though it seems like a few others at least had taken Sir Davis's body probably to go bury it somewhere.
Would it not be, as I'm seeing this, I'm just gonna ask the people in village, would it not be appropriate to bring his body to his family?
That's what we're doing. We're just moving him to the train. It's going to be leaving in about 2 days, considering Fedrino had rented it out for longer than anticipated in case the games were to go longer.
And yet, these games did not last as he anticipated due to his untimely demise.
It's a rather shame. Well, not so much shame considering what he was doing, but you know.
Not really free house.
Is it really? It has all the...
You noticed, Deli, as you were walking through, it looks like it was beat to shit from battle and war torn.
Do you remember what I lived in?
Yeah.
This one has a whole roof.
You say that, the roof just... Hold on, let me actually roll a D100 to see something real quick.
Should we call high or low?
No, I just wanted to... The roof looks intact. There's some holes kind of shooting out of it.
Shit. I think those might have been me.
I didn't know you could shoot that high.
Just shoot the water bolt up into the air.
Well, considering that was like on the ground floor, unless it's like that pressure, well, yeah, it's 120 feet, so maybe you might have like had a few times where it went through the stone floor and just kind of shot up to the ceiling, because it does go that far.
You know, concentrated
Man.
water is pretty damn devastating.
Constipated water. How does
Yep.
that exactly work?
Will you ever
You
have to
mean
shit real bad, and then the time it happens, it comes out like painful?
What the fuck? Also, hold on, I need to... let's just get this going.
I'm just
Do you
gonna
mean
roll-
concentrated? I mean,
I mean, that's what I said, but he thought he heard the wrong words, so I'm putting them all together.
Huh.
There we go.
I
besides, I'm pretty
suppose I
sure
should be
you have
thankful to my fibrous diet then.
They're really fiber and people? Anyway.
Some roots, yeah.
You're just sitting there thinking, wait, what has he actually eaten?
Yeah. From what you could tell, he hasn't really eaten much.
I'm nearly out of rations.
I mean, I
Um,
think it has been a while since even I have eaten. That's what I think
You
about.
require rations. I pull out 2 of my still rations that I have available.
I mean, I have a few.
You went mute instead of blind for
Yeah,
a
but-
second there.
Well,
As you guys are kind of walking then as well, you do notice that some people are heading to like what looks like a little, because this is like the main part of the manor. There are people making their way to what look like smaller housing and stuff off the side that look like they have kind of shops and whatnot. If you're, and again, there's some others again making their way to the train. Billiam's just kind of chilling, so I'll kind of leave it up to you guys where you want to go.
well,
What's y'all's plan?
I don't know. The game's over, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to check on my little sister. Or at least my clan.
That is south, yes?
Technically
Indeed.
east.
Yes.
Yeah. Here, I'll pop up the map.
She's blind, she doesn't know
Real quick.
directions.
That is south, pointing to the east. Yes.
I think when I go outside of this farm. For no reason.
So, just for reference, Meyer is here. Fangs is over yonder. Technically.
In the far east. though I am confident of my own personal travels, at least to mostly avoid the Red Claw. I don't know how you three may fare, as he points to you guys and then to Diana, each one individually, as the Red Claws are not quite, well, not welcoming to non-tabaxis.
I just like turn and look at Justice, look down. I don't know if there's enough for.
Just kind of stops and she's like, "Yeah, no."
Dear God.
I think
Mostly
also to, I suppose the word is civilized for the more culture shock.
Oh, speaking of that, don't those grung owe us something? Didn't we make a deal with them? Or, well,
I think we decided not to kill them all.
Pretty much. You didn't really make
it's a
any
shit deal
deals
on our
with
end.
it. You didn't make any deals with Chief. You just promised, hey, well, if anything happens, we'll try to lead them away. If I remember correctly, I don't think you did
That
make
was
any.
it.
Yeah.
But I feel like one thing is we have a problem. I mean, are we just okay? Okay. Can we take a step back? I mean, the whole last day has been.
It was a
Yeah.
lot.
She just kind of like makes a motion somewhere towards what she thinks the house was.
Fangs will just very gently direct her to the house.
You're pointing at like a random tree, and then Fang's like, you see Fang's like adjusting your arms to the house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the house is that way.
I mean, okay, we had a bunch of Grung, which literally admitted that they killed literally everyone where they were living.
For a reason. Or at least what they seemed was a decent reason.
The question is, will they continue to kill others, or will they simply stay in their territory? It is
I mean,
not really any different. It's like the Red Claws or other tribes in the Grand Wilds that I come from to claim territory and keep it. Either you, as the weaker ones, evacuate or be absorbed one way or the other by the dominating clan.
Kinky.
Fangs looks at you up and down. I do not think the word kinky is appropriate to the manners of what they may do to non-tabaxis or those who they deem inferior.
Well, I'll just turn them inside out.
Oh, you mean all the weird romance novels about the East are wrong?
Jesus Christ.
The East to
Oh,
you read
Justice
those
doesn't,
too?
Like roll her eyes, but she's just got this like sarcastic smirk. Like, really?
And
I hate you.
And sadly, since Justice cannot see, but Deli can clearly see that Fangs just has this very serious look on his face of, I don't know what you're talking about, but I shall humor you. Of explanation and need of answer. What do you mean by this East and Raw?
Oh, they don't take wayward women and men and make them their sex slaves?
As far as I know, anything that is not tabaxi is added as a trophy.
Yeah,
She puts the back of her hand to her head and is just like, oh, woe is us.
Damn.
And
Never trust
Fang-
an author.
you would see.
And-
Yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Fangs kind of gestures to his collection is like similar to as what I do, but they tend to not mark or clean the trophies and leave them on skewered.
That, and you've also noticed, because you've been there long enough, and I'll just give this to you. They sometimes just make like skin fillets and kind of, you know how like they skin buffalo and kind of use them as like skin tarps. They'll sometimes do that.
It's
Just to prove
gonna
a
take
point.
a hell of a tabaxi to put me on a post.
Considering that I am actually small by the Red Claw standards, I am not too surprised. Or rather, I wouldn't be too sure that there's at least not one Red Claw at the backseat that would be interested in performing foul deeds upon you.
So the books were true.
Fucking hate it. Anyway, so where are you guys going?
I guess we are slowly walking toward the train
market.
for the moment.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, market.
market, yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere to take a shower.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
that.
Well, we probably should
market.
shower. Yeah, I got you. The town, you live in the swamp. The town is your market. The town is your shower. So as you're making your way, you could probably.
Oh, more damn
Yeah,
floating platforms.
Dell, you know a lot of this makeup. This is General Myers, and some of them are not great put together, but
rope bridges and me don't get along.
hold on. Where's my fucking boy? Where's my fun boy that I use when I get bored?
No, I've never actually been on a rope bridge.
Dell, you see fucking Jimmy just kind of walking around the rope bridge and just kind of like climbing on the thing and just having a fun time with his like glasses and everything.
Oh, it looks like Jimmy's ready to make a sale.
I do have to admit, your possum friend is gifted.
He's got talents all his own. Known him 150 years.
He is ancient for a possum.
He's
I'll
outlived a
roll
lot of the
those.
friends I've had.
Dell, you remember you don't have many friends.
I know.
Kelly is a wizard, yes.
I think so.
Is he?
I don't know.
I've heard him do some arcane stuff.
I mean, yeah, I can do magic and I got a book, but you know, I'm not a avid reader.
You do not
I mean,
strike
okay,
me as,
so is Jimmy one of those, what's they call them, familiars?
I mean, he just showed up one day when I was trying to learn to spell, and well, every time I call him when he ain't around, he just kind of shows up. So maybe.
But I was just saying, this the average life expectancy of a possum is like a decade, maybe 2.
Yeah, no. At first, I kind of thought it was just different possums showing up all the time. Well, then when I kept trying to change the name, he kept biting me.
Also, he kept making the same wah noise every time, like, and you thought it was, it's weird that they all sound the same.
Wait, how does this? What? What?
Hand on the rope. No, stop wiggling around. You're making it worse.
Why is
Make
it
a
moving?
please make a deck save, because I kind of want to see that.
Fangs does
Damn
help.
it.
No, I still want to see this, just because I think it'd be funny, because this is her first time with a rope bridge. Oh my god, you just kind of fall on your face. You can catch her, it's not going to do any damage, I just think it's funny for, like, the aesthetic. It's not going to do anything.
What kind of what?
Justice, you almost fall on your face, and then Fang kind of grabs you before you kind of fall flat. As you're kind of walking across this rope bridge.
Was it? Who made this thing? What?
I don't know, I hate 'em too.
These sorts of passageways are actually common in the wild, in the grand wilds.
Oh hell.
I mean, I heard about some, but I didn't. The sound season Slaughtertongue, you know, it's
Bless you.
Slandan. Yes, there are things that get slain.
You need the official translation, Moogle, or are you just gonna roll with that?
I don't know how do I. Okay.
It's Schlankton. It rolls off the
hard to
tongue
say, but yeah.
horribly. Yeah. I was gonna say
Schlankton.
Schlankton. It really rolls off the tongue pretty bad. I made it that way on purpose, though.
No, it's from Schling. How do you people say it out here without the accent?
Schlechten?
Yes.
Slack
yeah.
down.
I think it's Dwarven.
No, it's German
It's
engineering.
It sounds something foreign, I suppose, but definitely not something I would hear in the Grand Wilds.
This is one of the pillars.
Right, I'm gonna take a look around. What looks like people selling.
You see this
seems
individual
normal.
kind of talking to Jade and Vidya, and or Videzia, and it's more so to describe the scene a little bit more. It's more so like, you know how a child is constantly asking their mom to do something? That's the scene of Vidya just keeps on poking Jade, and it's like, and then pointing at the man and like different things. There's this individual, at least from what you could see. He seems to be selling some intricate kind of things and is talking with that small fox child from before. And then you see this person kind of working in what looks like a small makeshift forge, even though they're on like a wood bridge, so it's not like super big, but it's still kind of just there.
Oh hot
Okay.
damn, a blacksmith. And you guys feel as the platform begins to shift a little more south as Deli starts doof doof doof.
Also to
fuck,
describe,
give me a minute, and he you see that little black ball and he pulls up on it and he reduces his density.
also just to point out from this individual, you kind of see what looks like intricately woven kind of fabrics, at least in his little small shop.
Okay.
Okay, so to describe, this man dude the fabric is, this guy sells some cool thingies, and this guy a blacksmith. Just to like break it down a little bit.
Yeah, Fangs will just gesture while holding Justice's hand, pointing the directions. One individual sells.
What is?
Hmm?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll say
Go
one
ahead.
individual sells
Mhm.
fanciful clothing, perhaps something of your taste, but I don't think you mind much due to the lack of sight.
It's not really.
Might as well get you out of that
fancy.
fancy shirt. Get you
I
won't say-
something a little bit more local.
Then gestures her hand facing the other person. That one appears to be talking to a small diminutive foxkin and selling strange
as you-
trinkets.
As you point over there, what's everyone's passive? This is gonna be loud.
14.
11.
14.
Okay, Justice and Fangs, more so Justice. You hear what sounds like a loud bang, and then you just hear the gentleman like, I told you to stop touching my stuff, especially this one. And Fangs, you see what looks like a small kind of canister metal device. Justice, you know what a gun sounds like. You've probably heard a few in Schlankton.
I'm busy reducing my density. I didn't hear shit.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough,
No,
just
it's.
doesn't jump at the sound of it, and she just kind of like slowly turns towards it at first, and then is like just kind of quiet for a minute.
Damn, this board's creaky.
Do you need guidance to that location?
What?
Because there's also. Not to you, Deli. I know you are interested in the one that is forging something, or at least as you are heading that way. Or perhaps to your. He points to Jade and Vidi, your lady friends there.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean.
Are you not interested in
How's my
them?
hair? It's under a hat.
Fangs
my
is-
hair?
Fangs
Just
is
like
gonna walk-
patting his beard, and you guys can hear the dingling of the bell. It's probably not doing anything at this point, but it's still in his beard.
Yeah, it doesn't make any.
Fangs takes
It
a
doesn't
look.
make any sound at all. It's like
Aw.
you know, like how when like bells kind of like stop ringing after they kind of wore out. It's kind of like that now.
So Fangs is going to lean a little bit closer, and with his sharp claws, he's going to very gently comb.
That least singular piece
ow,
of hair on
ow.
his head.
No, the beard.
Oh, okay.
It's like spread it out more. It's like you need more lion's mane. This will aid you.
Oh, well, if I want to do that, I just take it out of the damn braid. It gets in my eyes.
Then I suggest you present your mane if you wish to add them to your pride.
Picks up the end of the braid, throws it over his shoulder.
Ew. Jesus Christ.
I love this. I love Deli.
I love this party. It's great.
Fangs will look
You
over
two
to,
look like you're having fun.
Oh my god, please help me. You just see Jada's like Vinny's kind of like just pointing at all the clothes, and she's kind of like it's not paying attention, and it's more like her face is just shoved in every piece of fabric. It's like watching a child, and I don't want to.
It's like watching a child after you gave him sugar.
I don't even know where to begin.
Has she ever
Again?
calmed down? I mean, you probably. How long would you spend in the place? And he just does that very obvious wink.
I think Everett equated it to about 2 years. So very fucking long.
Damn.
Deli, for you, 2 years is probably about like half a day, because you've been there with some training. That's why you're kind of have a little bit more knowledge than you probably should.
I'm a little smarter than the average swamp man. Damn, the longest she ever kept me in there was well, it felt like a long time, but I mean, I live a bit longer than most, so probably about one of his lifetimes. And he points at Fangs.
I see.
You point in the direction of Fangs, and Fangs is missing.
Oh hell!
You didn't
I'll
said
get to that. I'll get to that in a second. Then Fangs.
Oh hey Jay, could you I know Vinny's a bit distracted with literally every piece of fabric over there, but I think our little miss here needs a bit more of a adventuring outfit. Could you help her out find something? I don't think my style
Hey,
really fit.
What exactly are you looking for? This is a man over there. Seems to be selling all kinds of intricate little things, so perhaps I could give it a shot if I at least know what I can ask for you.
You can probably look at Justice, and Justice is in like now some fairly ruined, like high grade, wear that like the pants are muddied and torn, and
Oh, another
She-
thing that I. Alright, sorry, go ahead.
it looks like a noble just got drugged through the mire, literally.
Quite weird. So I'm gonna also say this. If y'all want, wherever y'all are heading, I have a shop in in the Pillar of Fourwind called the Hanging Gardens. If y'all ever want to visit sometime, or you head that way, you can just look me up.
The Pillar of Fourwind, you say?
Yeah, it's the floating city in the sky. I think the town.
I mean, I've heard of that,
been-
right?
Yeah, you've heard of all the like everyone. If you're from the north, you know of all the pillars.
All right, yeah. and
You don't know specific.
I do have
you
somewhat
won't
of a
know a
formal
specific.
I have
Yeah.
somewhat of a formal education.
Well, even then, like most people that are in the north just would at least know of the four pillars because they're so prevalent throughout most of the north. South,
Yeah.
not so much, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think the town is Babylonia is what you're looking for.
Babylonia. All right, and he takes out his just what you could only technically call a spell book, and jots that down.
Though I will say, if you have a penchant for being about, what was it? I think they mentioned about 10,000 feet up in the air. You might not like it. At least the fall going down ain't gonna be too bad once you hit terminal velocity.
It's all road bridges.
You've seen my
Okay.
specialty, right?
No,
Ever didn't teach you anything like that?
nah, I was more in for some weird nature magic, not so much. Though I do have some of your specialty, and she kind of holds up her spell book, but we'll save that for later.
So he just kind of like brings up that little black ball he uses to manipulate gravity.
Okay. What'd you say, Justice? Sorry.
She was just making the offhand comment, like, "Are there more rope bridges there?"
No, it's worse. They're glass bridges with no railings.
Do they got a weight limit?
Thankfully, no. But if you don't wish,
But why the fuck no they got no railings?
I didn't design the fucking city. Don't look at me. So,
Seems like I have.
just offhandedly, you do know around the city at least has railings and stuff, but for whatever fucking reason, like for the bridges between cities and stuff, usually the bridge is the more obsolete way to go because they specialize more into airships and stuff to kind of. Basically, the bridge is your last resort if you really want to cross between cities, and they're very rarely used. So you basically want an airship, or you have a death wish.
Right. Tilly's
Sorry.
like Justice. You can just feel nervous coming from south of you.
Daddy, you're shaking the whole floor.
Oh shit.
Alright, but I should be able to help you get something. I'll give perhaps some more of a local attire. Or something less looking like you just got chewed up and spit out by the fucking swamp.
I mean, it's got character now. I mean, you can just do it like me and throw a couple patches and get going.
I mean,
Speaking of that,
that's
I got
clearly
any
up to her.
holes? Just looking around his overalls.
There's a few holes here and there from probably where some grung stabbed at you.
Oh hell! I'm gonna have to have Jimmy
Alright,
fix that.
Jimmy with his fucking proficiency in fuck, what is it? I was gonna say leatherworking because that's technically what jeans are, but whatever. Anyway, so Fangs, as you're kind of walking over to this, you just see this small fox child like going around touching all these things. On this man's table, you see a wide assortment. You see that weird metal, again, a revolver, but like a weird metal kind of canistered kind of weapon. You see what looks like Deli Shine, but not entirely. It looks more of like a greenish hue. And let me pull up a sheet just so I can make sure. The wire. Okay, that's what I was looking
Bangs
for.
will just talk to the little fox child and says,
Oh, and also on the table you do see what looks like you see what looks like a small kind of. The best way to describe it is it looks like a small kind of fuzzball, maybe about palm sized, but it looks like it's kind of just going off for a little bit, and that's what I'll say for now.
But yeah, Fangs will address the fox child. Child, I think you are driving the servitor here angry. If it is not yours, then it is not yours to claim or to touch unless you win it by trial of combat.
Please to God, do not make me wrong voice. I don't wish to do a trial of combat. Please, just. And then you see Tank's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's just I have a penchant for things more than people, and I just thought it'd be interesting to look over it, you know." And then I was kind of touching everything, and then it got kind of crazy, and then it got really weird, and then especially after everything that happened the other day or last night. Time is it even?
I understand. These things are odd, and the desire to touch such things is tempting, but Again, it is not yours by right or by other materialistic manners the North has.
Okay, well, I will be back later. I have to go do something, but I will probably bring back some money. And she kind of looks at the gentleman, or what looks like from what you can tell, kind of looks like same composition as Deli. Except you do notice and I'll shift this, like one of his eyes kind of looks like Justice's, a little bit glazed over.
He's probably a lot more thinner than Deli too.
Oh yeah, he 100% is. And all right.
Fangs just looks at the gentleman, eyes up and down. It is interesting that you seem to bear resemblance to two of my war band.
Well, exactly. No, how do I want it? Swedish. I'm doing North. Give me a minute. I'm trying to find. Just weird coincidence. Tends to happen when you take some tech to the eye, like what was it? A stray bullet. Really hurts.
Bullets. Are these metal arrows without the sticks?
Yeah, and on his table you do notice behind the metal caster, they do look like kind of rather pointed, just bullets. I'm not gonna go into too much description of them.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just
Yeah.
it's gonna be Fire, I know what you're talking about. This is
Okay.
just...
Yeah, and you see him like pick up the revolver. Like, go out of this thing, little right here. This special ditty. You just point it, click back the hammer, and then watch it go. Very pretty simple, really. Nothing too complex. The only problem is it sounds like the equivalent of stabbing someone and then yelling for about a while.
I think
Sorry, guys. Stream has stopped.
Oof.
Just give me a couple seconds. It's trying to reconnect. Reconnection successful.
Sure.
Okay, we're back up.
Okay.
okay.
We just missed probably the past 2-3 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
Which was Tink's leaving or
It probably
I'm
it looks
guessing.
like it happened like right about when Tinks left.
okay, so
Oh.
yeah,
But yeah,
Thanks.
the recording is fine. It's just the stream
Okay.
had decided to stop.
okay, no problem.
That's fine.
Fangs will just look at the strange contraption. I am not familiar with these things, but
Oh, you buy it? You buying anything then?
well, I suppose one of my war band would be interested in this
Name's,
contraption.
Name's Borut. And I will show him to players, and you can see what he's
Fangs on
selling.
blades.
Well, if you have anyone interested, I have... I'll call them repossessed items from people from the games that didn't make it. Odorino had a weird knack for trying to resell the dead's equipment to others in case they might use it for better purposes.
That is in poor taste, but I understand.
Well, in the mire, if you wish to survive, you need to at least have some adaptability, and sometimes you might have to rob a few corpses to get there.
I did not say I was against it. I just find it in bad taste sometimes if it's not the kill that you have brought yourself.
Hmm.
That being said, this red liquid thing, is this one of those healing concoctions that would be good for
It's-
the wounds?
Well, let me see. So this is it. Oh, you're referring to the healing pots. Yeah, it's a little bit of some mixture of mire water, some herbs, and I like to call it something special.
Was this something special?
Now, if I told you the secret, why do you think anyone would buy it from me? He's just kind of looking, I'm still a businessman at the end of the day, so.
It is the importance of life and death battle. I do not wish this something special to be a deterrent or hindrance should I be needing this in, as one would say, a trial by combat.
Well, between you and me, if you don't, I mixed it with a little bit of, what is it called? The stuff from the bullets, some gunpowder, but to a diluted form, so you can maybe breathe fire in a small square. So, because if you end up buying it, I will kind of show you what it does, but yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. He's gonna buy it, but this
Okay.
is things. Again, just wanted to make sure that there's something special, not just kill him or his war band.
Oh no. This man, even though he worked for Drino, technically, he's not gonna sell you anything stupid. Like, he's not an idiot.
I shall take. He looks at it. 4 of these things.
Alright, let me just, And that should be, what, 20 gold? I believe?
20 gold, so he'll
Yep.
give him 2 platinum.
Okay. Well, thank you for your patronage, and I will give you the sheet on them later, but for the current moment, you do know they are just regular potions of healing
Okay.
with something
Alright.
special. So,
I'm
I just
gonna-
I just didn't have time to write up the sheet, but I know what they are.
No worries. I'm just writing healing pots, something special for,
Okay.
and with that, he
let me
looks
roll
over to Barut. I will inform one of my warband members if they be interested in your
roll from
loud
Jimmy.
boomstick.
Is this? I have to technically make an attack. All right, 1d20. $17. Oh my God, Jimmy, why?
My fucking boy.
All right, so
You noticed my
actually,
DM, right? Oh, I see. Yeah.
yeah, I got you. That's why I'm kind of rolling this because I was trying to do it on the side. Okay.
famous? Conan's fucking bots in my chat.
Just get a mod to delete it. Smile. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God. I'm rolling amazing. 1,
Damn it.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me just so 2. 8. God damn it. 2d8 plus. I probably should just make hotkeys for these eventually, and I will. Alright. Gets that much gold. They don't really
Oof.
have plat here. Yeah, those roll old. 15. 1d8 plus. Or no, it's 1d6. No, it's 1. Oh, I need another d8 in there. No, that makes up for it. What is it? 4, 6, and 9. Oh, good. The rest are in the other one. So 3d6. All right, so he has 17 gold and 7 silver.
17
just
gold
put
and
that
7
on.
silver.
Yep. As you notice, Deli, as you're kind of helping Justice along, you just see Jimmy kind of selling to the blacksmith and a few other people along this kind of bridge that are shopping, and they're just throwing. At first, he's kind of doing all right. Then it's kind of like hit or miss because everyone's still kind of shaken from everything. So some people are taking the booze and just downing it immediately, and then other people are just not have about that, and they're kind of like just throwing in the minimal amount. All right. So yeah, I guess are you
Uh,
gonna?
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say if the others were not RPing while Fangs went off to tackle the Tinkerer and Tinks, he'll just walk over to Deli and to Justice, the one that looks similar to you both over there, and he points, has an interesting contraption that might benefit your allowed approach.
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or not, but we'll go check it out. I haven't seen a
mentioned
dwarf in a
something-
while.
He mentioned something of bullets and not a.
Now you see the math. Gunner armor.
I mean, you could roll for it. Justice. Well, they're kind of talking about guns. Jade's like, so how exactly do you dress yourself? Considering, and she kind of like you could feel the motion from her arms, but you can't really see, obviously.
Justice just kind of stares at her and is just like, it's the same way most people do, one leg at a time.
No, I mean, do you not like have a specific sense of style, or do you just throw shit on, or have someone do it for you? Because you kind of look like one of them hoity-toities.
I just want something. Ooh, what do they
What's
call
up?
it? It's a pants, it's a button-down shirt, some kind of
Oh,
clothing rain off.
you're looking for like some kind of what do I call it, like a flannel type design, and maybe some, God, perhaps some better designed pants that are more flexible. So you would probably know them as like jeans.
Yeah, she's sitting there in like silk, you know. And
Okay.
so yeah, I mean, she's in the, like
All
yes,
right.
more resilient.
Got it. We're gonna take you for a real quick trip. And as she kind of pulls you along, you do see, you could feel like the warmth, like more of a natural warmth coming off of this gentleman. He's like, "Hello, young children. How may I help you?" And you notice the man, at least, is just covered in this weird moss. At least from, you could kind of feel, that's where the warmth seems to be coming from, almost like a dampness.
Yeah, I mean, Justice just kind of just like, well, that's different. I don't want to touch it, but yes. Yes, hi.
Oh, it's okay if you wish to touch. There's just a few, and you, from your blind sense, you could feel like there's probably some small organisms moving around his body in that moss. Shit, the other again.
Yeah, that's why she doesn't want to touch it. It's just like, don't know what this is, don't want to touch. Keep it light.
My name is Demarcus. I usually do simple repairs, more. Hold on, let me show you real quick. Do simple repairs and the like, so if you wish to have anything specific, I can try to meet your demands. And again, you just see Viddy kind of like diving in all these weird kind of, or at least these fabrics of the like, and just kind of getting lost like in a giant ass pile.
I mean, I've been to a clothing store before. What is Vidi doing?
Oh, she's looking at the more used clothes pile, since the dead tend to. Did the music stop? No. Weird. Since there tends to be a surplus, I usually repurpose and reband clothes into something more unique, more flavorful, to put it lightly.
Well, I'm looking for something light. For the top, probably button down, long sleeves,
Well,
something brilliant for
I
the
have
pants.
Let me look. Let me roll d20. 20 plus. We may have something of the like, though I may have to make it. About how long do you plan on staying?
She
Jesse,
kind
you
of
know
listens around. Are we leaving the train?
That's my plan.
I suppose.
So I believe that was 2 days.
I should be able to get you something by then, though might be a little bit hard. It shouldn't be too much, probably about. And it looks like he's doing some calculations because you could kind of feel like the his fingers kind of moving in the air, almost like following like a seamstress, how they follow silk with their fingers, kind of like that, but in like more fluid movements. Probably altogether shouldn't. You want simple, right? You don't need anything flashy.
Simpler, better. Yes.
That'd probably be about 10 silver, if that. Just because I may have to do some patchwork with some of this, but I'll find something nice.
Yeah, just what's it called? Jeans or something. Just a
Then
linen
We have-
shirt, lighter, maybe silk. I don't know. It's
oh, we don't.
you get, like motions over it. Just something not as
This definitely won't be silk. This would be more of a flannel material. Maybe itchy at first to get used to.
isn't flannel a bit warm for this climate?
It's breathable, or at least I have a special way of making it so. Why do you think most people around here wear it? And then he just points at Deli. Deli has
That
like
was-
somewhat flannel underneath
Jean
his overalls, right?
overalls. He's not wearing anything under the overalls.
Yeah.
I just linen or something. I don't know where I'm headed, but yes, I guess that would be fine.
I mean,
Alright.
Fang's just wearing a loincloth and
He's
the
nothing
leather.
flashy. No.
Okay. So yeah, I'll. So you'll pay 10 silver, and before you leave, you can pick up your stuff. So.
Okay.
Nelly.
Ah,
You head over to this man who seems like he's working hard on something and just pouring it into a small container, but obviously, and he's kind of just dumping or dipping it into.
why
Yeah,
that
10
guy
silver.
got tits.
Oh, to say, is that really a man or a woman?
Those are some big. I don't know actually. I just grabbed a token. I thought it was a male. It just looked like big pectoral.
Ah, looks like a female.
You're a female dark elf.
Well, my,
Female Dark Elf or just Smith? Hey, that's something you need.
I mean, identify any way you won't, but
Like that's
they still there.
I wanna crush you, yeah.
Yes, my
You're
type
gonna-
of
you're-
woman.
you're gonna fucking hate her name then. And as you kind of watch her, she's like dipping the hot iron into the mire just to kind of cool it off. I'm like, all right, how can I help you, sir?
I'm looking for some armor.
Anything specific?
If you got it, breastplate, but I'll take either scale or what the hell is the other one called again? Just a chain shirt, maybe.
I don't. We definitely don't have breastplate here. Even if I were to repurpose a lot of the. Actually, let me roll that, because I probably don't have access to breastplate realistically. No, they do not. Sadly, I could probably make some chain link from a lot of the more broken metals if you want, or we can scale a few crocodiles and reline them with leather, or not leather, with iron and stuff to at least bound them onto a decent, if you want that.
How about we shoot for scale then?
Alright. Oh, sorry, I haven't even introduced myself. I'm more in the business that I forgot. Name's Arad Melton. I'll fucking... That's like the worst blacksmith pun I could think of in short notice.
Holds out his hand. Pot belly deli.
Let me roll her knowledge, because she might actually have heard of it. No! Too busy in the forts, don't give a fuck.
Might have heard of me, or at least drank something I made.
No. Wait, you're the one with Jimmy? I know Jimmy, he sells a lot. He's always up here selling shit.
Yeah, that's my boy.
And you do notice as she's kind of working, you notice like 5 things of moonshine on her back counter.
Oh, what the hell? Kind of opens up the keg, realizes everything's gone.
Jimmy,
I'm gonna be sober tonight.
So yeah, as you're doing that, but I can give you some scale mail. Let's see, roughly. I'm gonna have to kill an alligator. Oh wait, no, they just brought in a fresh one recently before the party for the meat, so they probably have some. I need to actually look at the price of scale mail.
50 gold. I'm on the sheet right now.
Okay. I might be able to knock that down a little bit too, considering you're friends with Jimmy and I spent a decent amount of gold, so considering from that, I can probably knock it down to about 20.
I'll take 20, that's a deal. I'll give you a jar after make my next batch. Should be making it tonight.
Well, that'd be fine by me. You should be able to pick it up tomorrow morning, and it'll be right and plenty to fit you. Give you that good old Myers smell with it.
Oh hell. It'll remind me of home. With the he gestures to the people behind him. With these lot, looks like we're gonna be taking a dip outside the swamp.
Yeah, going anywhere specific?
Well, Kitty Cat wants to head out to the desert, and well, we ain't got no real plans, so that might be it. But we lost a
Well,
little
if you're-
one.
Well, let me give you some suggestions. There's the festival going on at Avu, so if you want more of a beach vacation to relax, you can go there. You probably know the dumb Sky City and all the like.
Yeah.
You got Lerthic and all their rich pricks, and then you can die in Schlankton.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's been a while
Lotta-
since I've talked to some
Lotta-
northern folk.
A lot of great places outside the mire in there.
Yeah, Avu's not that bad if you avoid the fashion police and all that bullshit. The beaches are beautiful. Been there a few times. One thing about Fedrino, at least he paid us well enough in between the games and stuff to at least go around for a little bit when people weren't here. Enjoyed the beaches. They had this thing, they had like little brown kind of circular thing with small, I think they called them umbrellas in them. Great goddamn drink.
Well, let's see. I might put that higher on my list. They like drinking. They like spending money.
You can roll me a history because this one might, because you haven't really been to Avu, but I'll give you a roll on it if you want. So you know, at least from General Basin, because your family business and whatnot often dealt with giving them some technology here and there, especially like, though it was more so like different like transportation type of vehicles. You do know that Avu specializes a lot in like, imagine like the equivalent of Hawaii and like Palm Springs during the spring break as a pillar. Is the best way to describe it. So like a very nice vacation spot mixed with the fashion sense of like Milan. So it's kind of like a smattering of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're gonna hate me.
I mean, depends if you stay away from the crowds and just go to more of the what do they call them, tourist traps.
I'm gonna avoid the hell out of those.
I mean, you can make a pretty penny if you know who you're selling to, because people get hammered off everything there.
Oh, Jimmy's got an eye for it.
You're pretty sure you've seen Jimmy's map before. You're pretty sure Jimmy has like a shit ton of associates in Avu. As you kind of see him scheming from A-Rod talking.
You know, now that we started talking about it, I can feel his beady little eyes.
He's rubbing his little paws.
Aren't you out of shine already?
Jimmy's just looking like, and it's like he's kind of like pointing at you, and he's like pointing, making like what looks like a jar kind of thing, like rolling it on the ground.
Well, yeah, I'm out. You took the lastings. What the hell am I gonna drink tonight?
You also notice, missing from your pack is a jar of water, and he's kind of like rolling that,
Don't.
and then he rolls
We
it
need
back
that.
to you. He rolls it back to you.
We fucking need that. I'll make something
All right.
special with these.
All right, so Fangs and Justice, you are heading back to Barut then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like my companions have left us here, and he takes out 2 platinum, puts it on her counter. I'll see you in the morning.
All right. See you then.
Damn, why did it
Enjoy
move
the armor.
Oh. Well, if you can make it fit a man like me, I'll be damn impressed.
Trust me, you're not the first one. Have you ever heard of Big Man Dan? The guy was fucking huge, and I had to make an armor for that.
I lost an eating contest to him once.
And may God rest his soul wherever he rests now. Somewhere in the ethereal plane, you hear, "Don't forget me."
Never seen a man try to eat a whole cake in one bite.
I don't know why that made me think of. Do you fucking know who Rumaru is?
Yeah.
Or Rumara? That's basically what it made me think of Big Man Dan. Just eats everything and won't stop.
Ouroboros-looking skeleton of a giant crocodile and
Yeah.
like
What you
trying
don't
to-
know is
like one's eating the other.
what you don't know is that's actually how Fedrino got the kill. Is fucking Fat Man Dan fell on the crocodile.
Never seen a man try to eat a crocodile while it was still alive, and then only choke on the tail.
He choked on the hind legs, but it was still kicking.
Anyway, all right. So we're going to Barut. So I'll pull up his sheet again. Stay abroad, friends. You looking for anything specific? I only sadly have one of these bog pistols, so unless you're willing to share, I'll throw in the bullets though. That'll be in the cost.
Just player knowledge. What kind of revolver is it?
I think the best way. I was thinking either like .357 or a .44, but I was thinking probably more 357 because like smaller barrel.
Oh, that's not. I didn't mean like. I meant like. Is it a
Oh,
or is it a single action army? Is it a break?
Mariner don't know guns, so
This
it's
era
probably
action.
yeah. I had it kind of written as like a hammer action where you just like pull the hammer down, but that's not gonna like cost an action or anything. Just that's more for the aesthetic.
No, that's how. Well, I mean, that's how a revolver works. No, a single action army is that you cock it and fire, and you have to half cock it to open the swing door, so you can rotate the cylinder to load it.
No, we're not going that. This is a magical world. We're not going that advanced with this shit. I refuse.
Fangs just
Purely out of
sees-
spite.
Fangs sees Deli.
Oh, I also
Yeah.
noticed he's not a dwarf. He's a gnome. I just wrote him as a dwarf. Oh well.
Oh.
That's his Mariner doing a dumb.
Jeez,
No
Fangs,
worries.
being racist.
Yeah, just because he has a
Yeah.
beard.
All short
And
and
he
blind
has,
people are the same.
Yep. He's similar kin to you two. Thus, you are part of my war band. He must be of some sort of kinship to you guys.
Also, I have these little bastards right here. And he holds up like what looks like a little fuzzball again, and it seems to at least have like small legs and kind of scrawny and kind of moving around.
Oh, you caught some
Don't
of these
do-
little bastards.
Yeah, they make good distractions. I trained them myself, though they may not listen to you after distracting something for a time. So to describe it in D&D terms, basically they can make what is it? I don't know how to. They could force something to make a perception check to basically pay attention to them versus something else. They're basically like
Decoys.
more or less, yeah.
Hmm.
They are single use though because they may run away because they are living beings.
Fangs just looks at them. These are not too appetizing, sadly.
Oh, they're not meant for eating. They're meant for distracting people while you either stab them in the back or oh, sorry, I lost my accent there. While you stab them in the back or you run the other way. They're great for the people that lurk in the shadows.
But I think that'd be pretty good for little D.
I do not have the resources available at this moment. Plus, I am interested in restocking in my arrows. I believe Justice would be fine with you, Deli.
Oh, yeah.
So, Justice, are you picking up the gun?
Yeah, her fingers, like, she sets them down and just, like, kind of runs it over until she bumps into it. At first.
Oh,
Roll me a dex, because I want to see if you accidentally bump into the fucking trigger or not.
I was gonna say.
Fucking thing ain't
Fangs
got a
actually-
trigger guard on it!
Hold on, I was just gonna say Fangs is actually going to grab her by her hand and just place her hand on top of the gun thing. Where the
Fang doesn't know how a gun works, though, so I don't
No,
think
he
he would
doesn't.
put it on the right part.
No,
That's
he
why I
wouldn't.
said.
He wouldn't.
That's why I'm saying make a dex. No, Jeebus, because Tinks was messing with it and turned it off. Oh my god, you're lucky.
Well, there's no
Thankfully,
okay, very few revolvers have safeties, but
yeah.
trigger guard should be there.
How are you gonna spin it if it doesn't have a trigger guard?
Exactly.
Yeah, I was assuming you were like running your hands along it, so you bumped into like the little thing and then kept going. You wouldn't, because you wouldn't know what a trigger guard is, because technically, as a blind person, you know what I mean? Because you've never seen a gun. That's why I was saying. That's why.
She hasn't
What?
held.
That's why I was saying that. Oh, okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
but yeah. So
kind of runs her hands until she, feels it.
yeah. So Fangs kind of puts your hand on it, and then you're like, "Yeah, this is a gun," and you don't.
That's right. You're holding it by the barrel. Come here. And he kind of just like takes it. He checks the chambers, make sure it's not loaded.
It is not currently. You're pretty sure the sound that from Tinks made probably just like dry cocked it more than anything, and just like fired just air or maybe some residue gunpowder.
Yeah, for some reason Deli is rather proficient with these things, so he just like flicks out the cylinder, spins it, flicks it back up, hands it to, puts it in Justice's hand.
Oh my god.
Plenty safe.
So we're gonna say it's a swing out. Okay.
Yeah, it is a swing out.
I was
That's how
just gonna assume because knowing Mariner, those are the kinds of revolvers he's seen.
most of the time, yeah. I'm very simple-minded in this stuff. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, we're here for you.
When you do that, she does that. She when she gets her hands on it, she flicks or pushes the release, flicks it out, runs her thumb around the whole cylinder, spins it, snaps it back in, runs her finger onto it, clicks, to the cylinder's right spot.
Mm-hmm.
So that there's another bounce.
Did I not put her token in?
Yeah, I noticed
Shit.
that. It's got a few nicks in it for some reason.
Probably around here was used to bludgeon something.
Nah, that's for what I like to call a special treatment. If you ever wish to add a little bit more to it, I can't do it myself, considering my very limited knowledge of just repurposing. But if you were to find someone that could either specialize or in that kind of tinkering, they could probably make it a little bit better, or maybe shoot different things. Did I?
I was thinking it looked like a rip off of one of Remy's old designs.
Let me roll. No, he probably wouldn't know who Remy is, so never mind. Who?
Oh, brother, he's a handgun designer.
Interesting. Well, if you want this thing at all, or as much as I'd love people just spinning around, kind of, there may be others, and you do see other people kind of like starting to gang up a little bit on the bridge, trying to look at this. interesting thing because not everyone owns a gun. Definitely a
Yeah.
staple here.
Since you are the one who could see better than me.
You know what? I haven't had a firearm in quite some time. Why not?
Do you have 75 gold?
I do.
Weird how I spaced that just perfectly to do that. Anyway, so you hand him the 75 gold, and here, as a bonus, and since it's kind of covered in the cost anyway, here's 20 bullets. So you get you now also have 20 bullets and the bog pistol. I will make the sheet for it later, but it's basically a 1d6 and the range of a crossbow. So 2060.
All
Just for
right.
the hilarious, Justice is sitting there. She's got it by the grip, and she's looking off into like where she's pretty sure no one is because she can't hear anyone. And then literally she just kind of tosses up, spins it around, and flips it and holds it out for him by the by the barrel for him to pick.
Jesus Christ.
A little juggling.
I'm
Alright.
quite impressed.
Actually, make me a sleight of hand just because I want to see how well this goes. See if you fucking just knock it on the ground or not.
I hate you, Mariner.
You did it. I'm the only reason why. Because. So you do it, and you kind of stagger for a little bit, almost miss it, but then luckily recover and kind of hand it to Deli. Thankfully, it didn't hit off the ground or anything, but.
The balancing problem is going to be an issue.
Yeah, if we make it up to Balloon, I'll have Rami take a look at it, see if he can give it some adjustments.
All right, and so Fangs, you head over to Arad.
Yes.
Can I help you, dearie? Anything specific?
I am in need of more ammunition as I gesture over to my near emptied quiver of arrows, and also pulls out his two short swords. I also wish to improve on these weapons, or at the very least have something more of a cutting edge than a thrusting weapon.
So player DM, are you asking?
So, yeah, he's asking for something like a scimitar.
I could probably get you at least the arrows. That'll be 1 gold for 20. And you're looking for something well balanced, though. Let me roll, because believe it or not, scimitars are not something you would normally find in the mire. Because their knowledge is not great. Alright. I don't know if I could do a weird balanced blade. I kind of specialize in I've been around the world, but I haven't really specialized in that kind of thing. Could you describe it a little more, and maybe I could try to see what I could do?
So you're describing some of the more common weapons that the Red Claws would normally use, or those of the Shadow Lurkers, which are a curved, and he goes, yes, well, these are more or less training weapons, and the ones that I intend, or at least hope to get attained of use, are more curved, as in they are more beneficial to slashing an opponent rather than simply sticking into them and pulling out.
I'll see what I can do. I'm not.
And
Sorry,
he
guys.
uses his sharp claw to kind of trace over what it would look like over the how does the board look on the her table?
It's
Is it
pretty
all
sturdy.
stone or wood?
At least looks like it's reinforced with stone, and obviously she doesn't really have like too much for the like from what you could tell, kind of the general makeup is it's like, oh fucking, you know this actually, it's a fucking, what is it, ironwood. My brain just stopped for a minute there.
Ironwood. All right. Okay, so you immediately recognized the ironwood. Then it's like,
Yeah.
ironwood.
Eh? Vedrino had it imported at least so this part of the dock didn't catch on fire. Though he didn't think to put anything to tamper the metal, so I kind of have to dip it into the swamp every now and then to make sure it doesn't just completely break apart.
And with his claw, he's going to trace the blade, or at least how the blade would normally look like with among the red claw and the shadow lurkers.
You know what? How much does it cost? I'm trying to look at cost.
Oh, cost of a scimitar, I think it's like 6 gold each.
It's 25 gold for a scimitar.
Oh, 25. So
Yeah.
Two of them would be 50. Yeah, you should have just
Yeah.
enough with the platinum.
Okay. Well, let me say this. I can try my hardest to make you something. It may not be the best, but I'll put a few things together here and there and see what I can do.
I much appreciate it.
All
Shall
right.
I trade these? And he gestures to the short swords that he has on him.
I could
Yeah,
probably
but-
use them. I could probably use them for metal and like repurpose them as well to kind of make them into these curved blades you want.
Most excellent. He immediately pulls them out. And I shall
Alright.
accept the extra quiver of arrows.
She'll kind of hand it over while you're giving her the swords and just leaving them on the counter.
Okay, so
You have
that's-
20 arrows.
I'm up to 32. Plenty enough for me to last for a while.
God, now I'm not excited for cheap fucking Delia to get Gunslinger because I fear for a fucking wizard with a gun.
It's happening.
By the way,
I know it is.
Welcome to a real damn problem.
So so player to DM, how much am I giving for the impromptu curved swords or something?
You'll still just pay regular scimitar price. I'm not gonna,
Okay, so that would be
because you're basically giving her the start. I would have made you pay more if you weren't giving her the starting. If you weren't giving her the short swords to use as a starting material, but since you did, it kind of.
that was his main plan. And as he's doing that, would you happen to have any daggers?
I have probably a few here and there if you want them.
I will take 2.
Okay. I need to look up the cost of the dagger. Actually, I don't think it's that much either.
Huh.
It's only 2. It's only 2 gold
For total or each?
each.
Each. How much?
Yeah.
is left?
This is the first time using like actual D&D conversions for stuff.
No worries. I will take 4 of them.
All right, so you can also throw 4 daggers. Pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you. I look forward to the finished product. How long will it take for them to be ready?
Oh, your specialty sword, probably a day or two. I don't have too many orders on hold, but I could probably finish them up relatively quickly. The problem is, just casting this design's gonna be interesting because I don't really have something to go off, so I'll have to make it myself.
I will trust in your skills in the forge.
All right.
Alright, so I'll delete those out of my inventory for now.
Congratulations, you beat my shopping puzzle. You bought almost everything.
Yeah.
You blew all the gold you had immediately, which I kind of planned for anyway.
I mean, he still has 1 gold coin and 3 platinum, so...
Yeah, you got through most of it, and my goal, I figured you'd blow through most of it, everything anyway, because I put like generally higher and lower price stuff. So, all right,
he'll
where
make
do
his way
y'all
back.
wish to go to next? Or you can
Oh.
probably RP. What?
Yeah, as he's heading back, there is one thing, since now that Fangs had done his utility weaponry purchase, he will head back to the group.
You just
And-
see, as you're walking back, you just see Deli flick open the cylinder, throw in 6 bullets, flick it back, throw it in the same pocket he keeps his spellbook because he doesn't have a holster.
I see that I have made the right choice to showing you this strange contraption.
Oh yeah, it'll do just fine.
I look over to the gentleman, Balrut.
Mm-hmm.
I will take your last healing pot.
Go right ahead. And he'll just kind of push it over.
Passes him a platinum.
Gonna be have rich soon. You hear him kind of say as he grabs it.
Don't say that. I'm making another batch of shine tonight.
And he gives me my
Yeah,
changes.
out of the corner of your eyes, Deli, you see Jimmy just looking around the wooden post at Barut and just watching. Just like rubbing his hands together, waiting.
This greedy little bastard.
You fucking gave me this, so what do you expect?
No, I love him.
But alright, so now I got 5
So you
healing
have-
pots, so something special. 4
Yeah.
daggers, which I'll be.
So to explain what they do, like in game, and I'll eventually read up the stats. Basically, you drink one, they'll heal you for a normal healing potion, and then the something special is as an after effect. They will give you whoever drinks it a 1d6 in front of you fire damage from the gunpowder, immediately after you drink it. So it's kind of like you heal and then you could deal like a little bit of damage in front of you. It's kind of like the dragon hot sauce, but a little bit dumbed down version of it.
So it's a healing potion, so it's a 2d4, right?
2d4 plus, yeah, no, it's a normal healing potion plus the. I'll write up the stats later.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll wait until you write out the stats in case there's anything different. But
No, I know what it's gonna do. Don't worry,
Yeah.
it's gonna be funny.
But
All
I'm
right.
just getting supplies for myself and for my group.
So where are you boys heading now? Now that you got your shopping out of the way.
How long must we wait until we must depart, since my request will take a day or two for it to be finished?
Oh, well, the train leaves in 2 days, so you're gonna be alright.
Very well. I do not wish to be bored or become rusty for not being active in these next couple of days.
Fangs, you do remember, because I'm not gonna make you roll, because it's only been like a day. There were technically the 2 people on the train with Quill a bit ago. If you were looking for some sparring partners or the like, and they're still technically here. They're just out and about right now.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah. So everyone that was also on the train is technically accessible as well. So if like Millil, Warren, maybe a few extra stuff as well. So it's up to you guys what you want to do next. Deebus, I know you want to make some shine. So
Yeah, thanks. We'll just go with. I have some ideas of what to do before we are to depart, but do either of you two or the smaller one have any interest of doing things, I suppose, as a warband would?
I mean, if you want to come hang out with me and watch a master at work, I'm
Oh
gonna
my
be
God.
making the thump keg pound, if you know what I mean.
Why are you thumping a keg?
God damn
Well,
it.
it's part of the process, and he just goes through this long thing. You start boiling it, and then you put it. It goes through a secondary process, and that's what's called the thump keg, because it goes. Doop, 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 doop. And then you finally cool it down and back into liquid.
Let me take off. Where's my other
So
Jimmy?
So is this the moon that shines in a bottle?
That's right.
I see.
You notice, Deli, as you're saying that, Jimmy takes off his selling glasses and it's just they just kind of vanish into air. You don't know where they go. Sometimes they just appear and disappear, kind of like Jimmy does.
All right, boy. How much you make today?
You'd notice in his small little pouch, 17 gold and the 7 silver.
All right, I'll take my cut. I'll leave him his.
All right, I'm gonna trust you're balancing that. so
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah. Don't worry. I've already
Okay.
added the gold to his sheet.
Okay, good. It's on the normal Jimmy, right?
Yeah. Which
Okay.
I still need to update because he's missing. Oh my god, he's missing 100.
Yeah, he's
gold.
missing.
No, he only took 2. He's missing 20 gold.
Dude, Jimmy's fucking stacked. Actually, looking at his sheet. Holy
Yeah.
hell.
He's a possum with a legendary action.
That's called "Let me sell you something," and another feat that I haven't put on a sheet yet that Jeebus knows about.
There you go. There's his actual true gold.
I'm assuming it's probably like I didn't update yet. It'll update in a minute.
I suppose I can go for some hunting while we're at it.
All right. You do notice as you guys are kind of walking, you do also feel a little bit tired. So, especially considering.
My plan was to grab a cool place while the sun's in the sky and get myself a nap in before I get to work tonight.
Is it not possible to nap at the train, since it has not left the area?
I mean, yeah.
It's up to you. I'm not gonna judge what you all want to do.
Y'all want to go to
Just-
the train? We can.
I just want the shower.
Train then.
You- Alrighty.
Very well.
Damn
Let's
roll
proceed.
bridges.
No,
I
this
will
one's solid. Don't worry
guide
about it.
You say that, and then you just start walking.
you. Fangs just like hooks the the arm around Justice's arm, and just leads her out.
Fangs, what's your passive again? 14.
Yes.
Roll me a passive real quick.
How
You
do I
mean
roll
perception?
Or perception, yeah.
passive?
Yes, roll passively.
Like roll, but don't care
Okay.
about it.
Yeah.
That
14.
Wow. See, you rolled your passive. Exactly what I asked. You notice, and because Jimmy's not trying to hide it, as you're walking by holding Justice, you notice Jimmy like point like two little beady fingers and point them at Barut, and then just walking away down the bridge behind Deli.
If I'm not mistaken, that possum creature thing is up to no good.
well, this is his neighborhood.
Is there some history between him and the Barut?
Probably shortchanged him one time. Some people think they can get away with that, but this little bastard's vindictive.
Jim or Deli, you're pretty sure everywhere is Jimmy's neighborhood at this point because every time you would venture off with Uncle G, Jimmy would just apparently know like 20 people almost every time.
I was making a joke.
I know.
Okay.
and the joke became real.
His mom didn't get scared though.
All right, let me move you to the
I
train.
wonder if is Fangs talking to Deli if he would know the Illucine or Burning Paw tribes in the Grand Wilds.
Jimmy just looks at him.
Jimmy's
while he's
like-
on his shoulder.
Hold on, let me roll something. He holds up 14 of his fingers to note that he knows 14 people there. Like you just see like toes stop and he's like just counting them all like on one, then he counts his back ones and then just holds them up to you.
Looks like you know it's a good number out there.
That is impressive that they did not attempt to eat him.
He's a squirrely one.
Well, I suppose I should take this time to rest.
I mean, the last time I was here, this place, well, it was covered in blood.
You do notice a lot of this hallway is nice and clean. And obviously you remember that these rooms are kind of tied to however you wish to see them and whatnot, so. Because temporal space.
Fangs just opens his. You can definitely feel the hot air dry coming out from his door. Just like home. And he just walks in. And those who would look in, you see is pretty much a tent, a small little spit roast there. He just lays down on this bed roll, and just stretches out, and that's it. He's just closes the door with his tail.
Telly walks into his room, but the first time he opens the door, it looks like a very, very noble house with a four-poster bed and a little desk. And he closes the door. Damn it, Mira! Opens it again, and it looks like the way he had it last time.
All right. Let me.
Justice is just, weird, dark, empty seeming room.
Yeah, there's probably like a shower nozzle and whatnot from what before. I'll just move Diana to her bed right in there.
I mean,
At
it's
least-
set up like her house, but in her mind. So it's just like
Yes,
just
I got you.
down to that, and then it's yeah.
All right. Well, good thing the music stopped because I was gonna change it. So let me roll. Who wants to go first through this? Because this is where it gets fun. All right, because you're gonna be taking a long rest because this is essentially casting sleep that you didn't get. All right, 1, 2. Oh, I get to reroll, so I'll just roll again. All right, stop. I don't want to use Diana. Stop it. I'll just roll a d3. Fuck it.
That would be the smart way to do it.
I had a 1 in 4 chance to do it, and then I had a 1 in 8, and then God was like, but what if fuck you? Hold on, it's rolling the d. Yeah, this is a good place to start, considering of the 3. Alright, so let me get to my notes. Fangs. I didn't set some of this up. Where is it? There we go. And someone wants to get like some tribal music real quick while I'm doing this. Alrighty. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, it's on loop. Good. So Fangs, as you're drifting off to sleep, you're greeted by images of your homeland. It's been almost forever since you've been there, since you've been with the Red Claws for so long. The kind of scent. Did I move the map? Let me just. Oops. There we go. You see small skin tarp tents kind of set up all around. The shadow lurkers and the like kind of going in and out, and after a bit your mind kind of shifts to this rather celebratory kind of big hunt that had recently just happened, where all of your kin, everyone from the clan, seems to be gathered around what looks like makeshift tables, and while sitting around it, you are at your sister's side with your mother at your father's side, and for the most part, you're just dreaming of your homeland. So what do you do?
You're muted, Fangs.
Whoops, there we go. I was gonna say I had another music track, and that's why.
Nah, this is good.
Okay, but upon hearing, and seeing, looking around me, I'm just interesting.
Well, you do notice they kind of, Era looks at you, it's like, there's something wrong, brother.
It feels a lifetime since I've been here. How
What do you
fare
mean? We've just were hunting last night. And you do remember that? Okay, go ahead.
Remind me of the. No, it's just Fangs. Remind what we were hunting again, sister. Since I feel like something is slightly amiss.
Don't you remember? You said you were going to find some weird prey, and while you were out hunting, you managed to find a stag, and you had brought it back. So Fangs, roll me a history real quick. If you would.
Yes, looking for my history.
Yep, not a problem. Thankfully,
9.
for some reason, this feels familiar, like this may have happened before.
I know I was seeking for an elusive prey. The stag was by just chance, as far as I remember.
That's always by good chance, no? It was something that can... You know how rare it is to find stag, and even finding one of this quality, and you do notice it's like actually a really meaty, like very kind of healthy, kind of really good stag. Shall feed the whole clan, and we shall even have a celebration going into the night before the hunt.
Indeed, which is fine. It's
Something
just
wrong. Oh, sorry.
that It was not the one that I sought.
Think nothing of it, brother. You know the taboo about the elusive prey, especially what happened to your father.
Yes, well, if he had indeed fallen to the elusive prey, then by both honor bound and duty, I must at least find closure for that.
I understand completely, brother. But for now, it's time for general celebration. Don't drone on too much.
Agreed. This is definitely a time of celebration, as well as one to inspire new hunters to exceed the older generations.
Damn, that party's going fucking wild. Anyway.
Someone just went zooming right down 9th Avenue.
That's fucking hilarious. Anyway, so as this party seems to be progressing and everything, it gets further on into the night. There's different dances and honor of the like. Era kind of pulls you to the side in between everything's like, as it gets to nighttime's like, brother, I will be going away for a while. The lurkers were called to deal with some business of some other tribes around the area, and we're looking as a way to mediate. Or so Mother would have it believe. She says kind of while rolling her eyes.
I am a little concerned by that, sister.
As am I, but you know the rules of the clan. Whenever the clan master declares it, we must follow in its heed, even if we wish to go against some of its morals. That's how we stayed alive for so long now.
Yes, although, if I may so inclined to ask, but is your destination towards the north, or dealing
No,
with
we'll
the-
be looking. Thank God.
dealing with the he pauses at the word as if to find a proper saying of it. Deep into the Red Claws territory.
We're trying to avoid it, but Mother thinks no negotiations with them will be fruitful to varying degrees.
Very well,
Personally, I
then,
don't-
sister. I shuffle through some of my past belongings, and well, it may not seem much, but I do give her some of the bone necklace from my first animal kill.
And as you give her this, I have a gift for you, since you always seem interesting and rather elusive and intricate type of designs. She hands you, and you've seen this before, and now your memories start flooding back. This was the day before you were captured, and she hands you a bone dagger. This may not be sharp, and it doesn't seem to cut through any of the roasted meats or anything, but one of my lurkers had found it while investigating the jungle. You may find some use to it at some point. I sure as hell don't want it.
I look at it very carefully.
You notice it's rather intricately designed. There's a few different patterns on it, but for the most part, it doesn't seem like it'd be dull, as she says.
Well, if it is as dull as you may say it is, perhaps he did not stab the right area. This seems to be a good eye poker.
Yes, I trust you to find something for it. Well, at the very least, worst comes to worst, you just jam it into some poor unsuspecting animal and leave it there.
Perhaps. Thank you, Era. That being said, safe journeys and be sure to return back home. For,
And-
you know, the tenets of our clan. To live is to obtain victory.
And safety on your hunt, brother. May you find the elusive prey that seems to always be dodging you. And as you say that, the world seems to almost melt away. And you are in what looks like a kind of a lake. Hold on, I have a scene for this. If someone wants to change the music real quick.
Does anyone want to, or?
Hold on, I think I got something.
Okay.
Will this work?
Ooh. I'm not liking this place already.
Yep. This should work for what I need. Fangs, you are looking over what looks like a small kind of... Oh. Who the fuck touched my music? That is kidding. Anyway, so Fangs, you're looking over what looks like a small lake. And in the reflection, you can kind of see yourself sleeping back in your room. Let me make sure I have it.
Is my token present in the map, or am I just free
Yeah, you would be right here, because this
Okay.
is... You'll be... Sorry, right here, my bad. Because this is... You could assume most of this is the Lake of the Dead outside of the small platform.
Mhm.
And you see your reflection, and if you remember correctly, did Deli ever tell you about what...
He gave me a vague description, I believe.
Yeah, this reminds you exactly of what Deli had described as, at least what he called, the veil, or something that he had pierced. And it looks... And you could see yourself kind of sleeping.
Curious. Is this what it means to see oneself in a dream?
No, it's what one sees when they're going to die. And you see this individual looking at you.
Fangs finally notices this individual, and the claws pop out of his hands, and he just snarls. It's like, "So are you to be my killer?"
No, I don't wish to kill. And calm your claws there, kitty. I have no fear of your weaponry. And Fangs, as you do that, this being seems to wave its hand at you, and for some reason, you look at your claws. They've gone extremely dull, almost like any sharpness they had lost in them is completely washed over. Now then, you need to learn to be a little bit more civil.
I pause to look at my claws and I poke at them. My
Oh,
eyes
there's
are
no.
my eyes are still on the individual, but I'm also like feeling out the claws to make sure that they are indeed been dulled.
They are they're about as dull as the bone dagger. They do not feel like any sharpness or like attacking potential they may have had seems to at least be got neutralized for the moment. As this being had just waved its hand over you and you kind of just felt it.
Interesting parlor trick, mage.
It's
Or
no parlor
whatever
trick.
you are.
You don't even know what you have, do you?
Do not speak in riddles. I am not that intellectual with the wit of words.
You have a rather intricate gift. You can move across the ethereal a lot better than others, such as your friend, without breaking or tearing things. And you even have magic you have yet to awaken.
There's a look of slight disbelief on his face. It's very easily readable.
Don't trust me.
I do not understand. There was no magic amongst my kin. Why should I be the one to inherit such unknown traces?
That's mainly due to you trying to find your quarry. You remember when you were younger and found the elusive prey, no?
The thing that shimmers through the night, no distinct form.
Yes, well, allow me to
What?
elaborate. Oh, go ahead.
What is your connection to it? And
Well,
how
what
did you know that I was seeking this thing?
Because it's more than one thing. It is multiple things. And as she says that, a form. Give me a minute, because I actually have to find it. Where is it? Well, Shiv Z. You see this rather luminous, glowing creature, kind of like a stag, but it's growing these weird kind of mushrooms off the top of it and radiating like this blue star-like energy. And you do notice the shimmer on it as well.
That is what it is.
Yes, these are rather fun animals, simply known as corpals. I will spell that out for you.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, I was using K.
Nah, it's a C. They tend to get lost through the tears and come to the prime material from time to time. They're quite elegant beasts, and since you had a encounter with one, it may have imparted some of the ethereal plane into you, or some of its magics.
Are you saying it is wrong to hunt such a creature?
No, by all means, I wish for you to hunt them down. As you know, though your world is being quite infected by these. What is it? Corruption, you call it? The parasite.
The fallen one, Fedrino.
Yes. What I wish for you to do is find these little intricate animals of shimmeringness and bring them home. Though normal weaponry will not work on these things. But I believe you do have a special weapon that may be able to do something.
Fangs pauses for a moment as the thought dawns on him. The bone dagger.
Exactly. You see, the bone dagger doesn't cut anything through the prime material or cut normal material, but instead it cuts bonds between the ethereal and the prime material, aka what the corporals use to walks amongst you. What you need to do is find them and make sure they don't bring any of the corruption here, especially in the land of the dead. For if the parasite were to gain access to this plane of existence, who knows what they could do.
Wait. You speak that this is the land of the dead, and you have said that I am close to dying. How is it that I am this close to dying when I just simply went to sleep?
Well, since you inherited the corporal's power, you can shift between the planes of the ethereal, border, and not. Also, your little dwarven friends seem to create a fracture big enough to tie some of you to and other creatures to pass over for the time being. Otherwise, I would not be having this talk with you without you trying to cross over of your own volition.
There's a silence as Fangs is processing this.
Think of it like this. Your friend opened a doorway.
Did you want silent, Mariner, or? Uh-oh. Wait, did anything go wrong with my...
I can hear you.
Okay, no, because Mariner just
You.
went silent.
Yeah, Mariner.
Uh-oh.
We lost
Did
Dad.
Rotro Scooby.
Sorry, brother came in for a minute.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, like, because
Yeah.
you paused all of a sudden that part. I'm like, yes, what's going on?
See, I told you you'd find something interesting.
Please tell me more.
Please, I'm interested in how Delhi fucked up the ethereal plane to let everything happen.
I just heard he opened the door. That was it.
So imagine opening a door, and no one closed it, so things begin to leak out. Though the corporals can use this energy to go through smaller tears, this one is a little bit more bigger due to your friend exerting magical energy to push through the veil.
Is it possible for him to close it?
No, they can only be closed through the passage of time, so perhaps it'll close of its own volition.
I do not like the sound of this.
Oh, don't you worry. Eventually, of your own leg, you'll be able to see the tears and how they work and even cross over, maybe work to repair them. Do planewalkers get locate portal at 3rd level? I actually forget.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that's
Actually, I will just ping it.
okay. Thank you. A detect portal. Okay. But now that your eyes have been awoken to this, you will at least be able to see them a little bit better and how each and every tear works. So your goal, at least for me, is to find the corporals, detach them from the prime material to ensure that corruption doesn't spread to them.
I still do not understand why. Is it me that you chose to commune with? There are no doubt other mystics and seers that could perform this duty more effectively, no?
There were, but this was on behest of a request by someone important to you.
And Fangs can only think of 2 people.
She's not gonna No, she's not gonna elaborate on that. Just so you know.
No, it's just
Yeah, I got you.
only two people come to mind, and then
Yeah, I figured.
he just
Now-
pauses and adds, "So you know who I am, but I know not who you are. By what name do you go by, and how I should address you, unknown one?"
You may simply call me, what some call me from before, Estrella. And I will show the players real quick. I will act as your little conduit and make sure everything transitions over smoothly. And do be aware, once you awaken and remember how your magical properties of this plane work, you could even enhance your abilities further, to go beyond what you would normally be capable, limited by your capabilities. And also, I forgot to show the players, the corporals.
I have just some questions remaining.
You may ask one, as time is very limited, at least while you sleep.
I see. These corporate creatures, do they have a leader? A master they answer to?
Let me roll something for her. Damn, son. They do, but sadly, I'm not privy to that information. The Queen doesn't deem it necessary. She just wants to ensure that they don't infect anything around the border or towards the land of the dead.
I see. My last request is to let the one that has informed you of me know that I wish them a safe journey.
Oh, I will make sure they get the message.
I'm just gonna. It's just a bit of an insight because I want to know if, as she says that, if she's being snarky about it or if she means hostile intent to that individual if I don't cooperate.
Go ahead.
Because as I am, Fangs is willing to cooperate, but that's only because he's currently under the thought process like this individual is likely going to harm my important person. So
From what you could
15.
tell, this person doesn't seem to have any hostility towards you. Maybe because the mask seems to be in the way or anything. Everything they've talked to outside of the demeaning stuff with saying more civilized seems to be mostly coming from a stance of neutrality rather than of hostility.
Except the fact that Fangs climbed up on top of the pillar and he's already crouched down, ready to throw
Yeah.
himself at the target.
She doesn't even seem all that threatened by you. As even
Nope.
she's looking you up.
Well, big cats got to be big cats. They have to do
No problem.
a bit of posturing just to make sure he's not being
Alright.
not being whipped.
Alrighty.
Fine. Since I was already at this hunt, I shall continue on with this particular line of thought.
Do be careful though, dear. Some corporals don't like being told to go back forcefully and may have a bit of a kick to them.
I had never had any intentions of asking them to go back home.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying at all, dear. Some will fight you back if you try to even force them to come back home. Not
Then
even
it'll be-
asking.
Then it'll be a good hunt.
Well then, I believe you should be waking up now. And you hear as the ethereal plane starts to fade around you and you're in your... Again, let me move the map. Who are we going to make suffer next? If I can move the fucking map. There we go. Alright, D2. Actually, yeah, fuck it. We're rolling a D2 instead of Mariner flipping a coin. To see who gets the next upset backstory. No whammy. Oh, well. Deli, I hope you're ready for hell.
I was sleeping
Or rather,
like a
like-
boulder.
Deli, you're sleeping so well. How's you sleeping? I'll stop with that because that's gonna hurt my throat. I need a kind of like an airy kind of music to it. You'll see why in a minute. Let me throw this down. You're in a land that seems almost unfamiliar to you. Where the frick is it? The air smells of smoke and blood. There's banners of war on the ground. And everything seems to be almost war-torn, like you've never seen this before. In the far off corner, you see... Hold on, because I have it right here. What looks like... And I hate that I'm fucking saying this. A woman clad in rustic armor. Just so you know, she doesn't have the wings. I just like the image too much, and I didn't want to like cut out the wings. In her right hand seems to be a short sword or a long sword, and in her left hand seems to be glowing like a green energy kind of, and it's kind of being fed into the sword. And that's what you see right now. What do you do?
I'm gonna need a drink.
You notice your keg is not on you.
What the hell? This is a nightmare.
Give me one second. This should be
Hello?
behind me. No, wait, that'll get... Give me 1 second, sorry. That should be good. Oh! Oh! As you say this woman kind of turns around and is like... Sorry, I didn't mean to shift you, I meant to Q and actually hadn't see. Oh! I'm sorry, or...
I seem to be a bit lost.
I see, are you from one of the tribes up north, or...?
Maybe?
Deli, you know this woman almost immediately, because you've seen her statue almost all around Paluna.
Just like as she gets closer, it's like the head goes back and just tilts to the side. Wait a minute.
Yes?
What's your name?
Oh, you heard me. I'm Paluna, the person that I just recently came back from the Spire.
Right. That's what I thought it was.
Oh, you've heard of me? I didn't know many tribes had heard of me. Oh God, I've been trying to defend a lot of the north from people. We've been making small clans, but every now and then we seem to be getting ambushed by all kinds of savagery from the south, so our settlements don't seem to hold up that well.
Oh, your name goes quite far in the Cloudcatcher family.
Oh, you're the people that helped me make that one wagon that almost exploded on me.
Almost.
Well, yeah. I think what was it? I don't remember his name, but he was a really nice guy. He seemed to be very well off and helped me make a lot of stuff. Even some of your family made me some of this armor and the sword.
Yeah, we tend to be a bit of tinkerers. I mean, I gotta ask, how was your time in the Spire?
Oh, it was majestic. I learned so much there. I was able to get these beautiful gifts that I hope to give to the world and hope they pass knowledge on to maybe future generations. Deli, just so you know, and I think it's in your notes, this is about Paluna and all that technically happened 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. That's why
Alright.
he feels weird. He's trying not to say much, because he doesn't know what's gonna make some weird timey-wimey shit.
Also, Deli, you could also roll if you. Never mind. I'll let you decide. But you do notice, like again, her left hand is glowing a green hue. That seems to be feeding into the sword.
That magic seems a bit familiar.
Oh, you see, what was it? There was a woman that trained me. She said to try to use it for good, so I figured I would use this magic to try to help the people here. Though some of it ended with violence and bloodshed, and I didn't wish for it to, but you know how it is sometimes. And she
Big
seems
hat,
kind
pink
of,
hair.
yeah, you know her?
I know her, and he brings up that little black ball that he uses to control gravity with.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one. She's only taught me of the nature type of stuff. I didn't even know there was other things like that.
And her, she's learned a lot. She taught me a
See.
bit. And even the things
Well then.
she learned from you.
Oh, no. You misunderstand. She taught me. She was apparently around before even I got here.
Oh, well, yeah, but you gotta remember, she's always learning. And you may have not known it, but she learned a few tricks from you.
Oh god. Anyway, I don't think she really did, but we probably should at least make our way out of here. There's too much bloodshed right now, and I don't think you seem all that privy to it.
Are you wounded?
Oh, not in the slightest. This energy keeps me going even beyond what I normally should.
Well, let's mosey on.
Alright, as you venture forward, Deli, with Paluna, you see a rather welcome sight. And she seems to be making a beeline towards you. Though her usual demeanor and face of happiness seems to be replaced almost with anger and anguish. And she's looking.
Oh, hell.
She's looking at Paluna. Almost in like a disgust. And she's, what the hell? And Everett seems almost shaking with anger at this point.
Everett, before you turn her into anything weird, at least hear her out. He's got both his hands out.
I don't even know you. And she kind of pushes you to the side, Deli.
Well, that ain't right.
And she looks at you.
She like tries
Paluna.
to push me to the side, it just like
it's like Kung Fu Panda,
Yeah.
like where like you touch it and it just fucking shimmers. It's like, fine, I'll just go around. Just...
And so like
Luna.
he's before he's like as she like gets just completely like I don't even know you. He like looks sad. He looks at the ground. He kind of takes his hat off his head.
I told you that this magic was to use to help people, not for bloodshed. And Paluna just looks, but But I had my hand forced. I couldn't do anything better with it. We are meant to be peaceful in our endeavors, dear, not be torments of war. But Everett, if I don't help these people, how would we survive? Would you rather me just let them die? Deli, what do you do in all this?
He's like, every once in a while, he like, it's the open mouth and the finger up, and then he's like, now wait a
I'm-
damn minute.
Go on.
There are things in this world that don't take kindly to those who do good. From what I've seen of Miss Paluna here and the tales that I've heard, she's doing her damnedest to make sure that the good people are the ones who can make it out of this shit alive. She might need to use force, she might need to use violence, but she regrets it. And she wants nothing more than peace.
Roll me a persuasion at disadvantage.
I'm a very persuasive person, I'll tell you right now.
Are you though?
No.
Wow, you
Yes,
actually.
I would have been.
Yeah. Sadly, as even though your words seem to be true and you're trying to inspire her, Evra doesn't seem to be shaken from her stance. I don't care. The magic I was entrusted was not to be used with force. It was used to help people and heal them, not create more bloodshed. I'm sorry, Paluna, but I have to do this. And as she says that, which the ultimate irony of this, you watch as these long, slender vines go around and wrap themselves around Paluna. And I'm gonna roll or show you what she's doing. 'Cause this is a why you don't fuck with Evra kind of thing. Oh wait, hold on. Does it not have fuck? It doesn't. Give me one sec.
Click on
Yeah.
the word?
No, it's an action. I need to.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like in the chat, click on.
There you go. You watch as these long, slender vines start slowly draining Paluna of any life she had left. And as the image fades, and you slowly watch in horror as your mentor is choking out this woman, you watch her sword fall to the ground and clatter, and any green hue that was in her hand just seems to fade away. And now, as the memory clears, you see again the woman, and Evra is gone. But this time, you see scars of vines and thorns pricked around her skin. And you see Paluna again, but worse for wear.
With his hat still in his hand. He drops it on the ground. And then grabs her and drags her over to this tree.
Oh, she's up. You
Oh,
do notice she
I
has-
thought.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. No. As I said, that was like the memory fading away, and now this is kind of her. Because weird, you broke the thing to the ethereal, and now this is her ghost. You do see like a luminescent shine to her, almost.
Hey.
Hmm. Hello.
I didn't think that's how it went down.
I do understand her reasoning for things to a degree, but was it the best way to go about it? I don't know. I guess it's ultimately kind of ironic that in order to stop the bloodshed, she had to dabble in it herself. And Deli, you do notice from before when the vines were creeping around, Evra had tears rolling down her face as it wasn't something she wanted to do, but it felt like her hand was forced.
Well, the only thing is, as her student, I might share the same fate in the coming future. My hands are stained already.
That's the thing, Deli. I think Evra regrets what she did. Why do you think she's trying to talk with the corruption? She knows it's a fruitless effort. Maybe she sees it as penance, as a way to make up for something she didn't wish to stain her soul, so now she wears it on her out.
I know her intentions are good, but she's just too damn soft sometimes.
I guess that's the thing with the mire, is when you go there, people, such as your uncle, you, Evra, they wish to run away from issues rather than face them. But now, you have a choice. You could either choose to fight the corruption and everything head on, or you can stay in the mire, pretend it never existed, make a name for yourself as a moonshiner. Maybe your little piece of heaven, now that the anchor seems to be detached, will be fine while the rest of the world can burn.
That sounds like you think I can't do both at the same time. He gives her a smile.
She says with a sigh. I mean, I know I tried to.
I got good people with me. They'll keep me on the right track.
I
As
trust.
long as I can keep them alive.
Well, Delanor Cloudcatcher, I do hope that all goes well for you on your adventures.
Well, it sounds like I got a guardian angel watching over me.
I'll try my hardest.
I'll try my
And as I
hardest
said,
to make it interesting.
also, please stop trying to mess with the veil. That's the only reason I'm even here right now.
That was a
and my
fucking
friend-
accident, alright? I didn't do that shit. I tried to cast a goddamn cantrip.
Thankfully, the hole should repair itself rather soon.
It's gotta be
There
a
are
big
other people
hole.
looking. There are people looking into it, dear. You don't have to worry all that much.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't going to.
Alright. Well, yeah, as you fade that, you start to slowly wake up. So yeah! Hope you enjoyed me just completely breaking down Everett's character in front of your face.
Eh.
Also, just a DC 28, no big deal. Smile.
So I was like, wait, before you turn her into anything weird.
Well, she made her into a pincushion.
Something weird.
Alright, we only have one person left.
Woo, go Rowan!
Yeah, have fun, Rowan.
Yeah, Rowan,
Jimmy.
who's not even in this campaign.
It's
Meanwhile,
Jimmy.
in fucking Jimmy is greeted by a vision of a giant jar of money, and the jar tells him to always sell better and
Do
always bet
better.
on black. Bet on black. Anyway, let me pull up my notes for justice.
Jimmy is a master salesman. He doesn't need guidance. Except for that one where it's like, over there.
Where is my? I have to pull up my notes. Sorry. There's like a shit ton of notes I wrote for a lot of this, so. All right, Justice. Where I need to find some Violet music. That's piano F. What's this? Actually, no. Let's go with the smooth bar piano. This will be fitting for what I need. Justice, you wake up, and as you do, you feel your body begin to float away for a little bit, and then after what feels like kind of just floating in the ether forever, you wake up in your bed in Lewwood, and one of your maids is kind of shaking you. I will move me a minute to find where everything is. Where'd my smooth piano go? Family and friends. There you go. As I said, one of your head maids is kind of shaking you up. Madam Justice, it's almost mid-afternoon and you're still asleep. You wish to waste away the day.
Justice just kind of sits up, feels her out. Oh, thank
That's
you.
amazing.
This freaking floating has stopped.
What are you referring to, madam?
That, whatever. Don't worry about it.
Are you alright? Do you have a fever again? Do I have to call the doctor? My piano had stopped.
Justice actually reaches up, touches her own forehead. No, I don't.
Well then, I shall go make perhaps some afternoon lunch and the like. Do you require anything?
Bring me a cold tea, and I think I'll just get ready.
Alright, I'll show this to you because you know who this is.
I'm sorry, Hestia. It was a weird dream.
Guess we're going with this because it's not working. I don't know why Watch Together's lagging.
It's being flighty, all right.
Watch Together has crashed. Shit. Problem. Actually, yeah, this is way more fitting for what I want. It'll be alright, madam. Had no mind. Perhaps some cold tea and apple pie will at least make a decent afternoon snack.
Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you.
Yes. And you watch her head out, or at least hear her head out and hear the usual kind of clicking of her what would it of not platform shoes, but like shoes that you had
Flats.
specifically asked. What?
They're probably flats, but
Yeah.
leather.
Well, yeah. I'll actually leave this up to you. Would you have like your servants wear something that would make like more sound so you would know when they're leaving and not?
No, I think Justice can sense that well enough.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. And yeah, you are in your bedroom. It's calm. Hestia again had opened the curtain, though that's just more of a routine thing more than anything because you know it literally means jack shit to you. But it's just what she was trained to do. So what do you do? What's up?
Oh, just rolling for Justice to think about it. She reaches over, grabs one of her pillows, brings it up, and smells it.
It smells of the familiar musk that you're kind of gotten used to living here. Very worn, but it's got distilled elegance, though it seems a bit off for a second. Like, there's a brief moment where it seems like there's an illusion of no smell, and then it immediately comes to. Almost as if, like, someone's constructing this entirely. Or at least feels different.
She takes a deep breath. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Give me 1 second. Gotta get her token. Oh, it's been so fun. And you see in her hand seems like, or at least you could sense it, and for a brief moment there's like no sense of smell, and then like a waft of apple pie. You know, this apple pie is like really good, despite not having taste for a minute, but having not been able to eat for so long. This is better than nothing. And I will Shift Z this again, because it's been a while. And as what happened before, just as you see this person's full form. Well, good evening again.
I am going to state that this is rather confusing.
Oh,
Guessing, plus the fact that I can actually see you, which is interesting because I don't have eyes to be able to see with.
oh, you have eyes, you just don't have access to them. Silly. You're thinking too small. You need to think larger. Don't you remember that stuff that Thamus taught you about extending your view towards key energy?
No, part of the reason why it's very hard for me to understand why this is what it is, because as she kind of moves one foot across, it's kind of weird when it keeps coming and going.
Well, think
Like
of
a
it like
bridge. I hate those
think
things.
think of it like this. You have what is simply an interesting gift known as Astral Sight, a rather fun gift that allows to create visions from voices. Kind of think of it like so you don't even have to feel someone's face, and it allows you to create what your mind could rationalize as sight, or to a general degree at least. So to explain in-game mechanics, basically, it's charging your key and using it as a way to funnel into creating astral projections in your mind, but still producing sight in its own way.
Yeah. Of course, I'm still trying to rationalize with my mind on the color problem. Thankfully, you're not colorful, if I'm understanding correctly.
No, astral sight sadly only comes in black and white, so you don't have to worry about different. Though some black and whites may be a little bit dull. Oh wait, you don't even know what that is. I'm sorry. Think of it as a lack of color and all the colors at once, just kind of mashed together in an ugliness.
Yeah, I had a bard show me what my hands look like. It's rather weird.
Yeah, this is a more dumbed down version of what Malil wants to do with all that fun other bullshit.
So, is this where you tell me I haven't gone completely crazy?
No, that's just me. And you see her kind of cocking her head to the side. But no, you're not crazy. Sadly, you're the most rational person in this headspace kind of area. Which
No, if I'm understanding, there's only two of us, so
exactly. You see, that's why we get along. But no, I'm just here because your friend decided to rip a hole through somewhere that shouldn't have had a hole ripped in it, too big, and it allowed me to bridge a connection that seemed to be strained at the very least.
Wait, are you talking about that times that Deli disappeared when a grung spit on him and then he came back?
Yes, your friend left a sizable hole that allowed a few interesting figures to kind of pass over and allow us to give you a little bit of a chit chat. It's kind of fun actually, because it's been a while since I've been able to talk with anyone that's not already passed on or boring or, that kind of thing.
I mean, I really don't, but that's just, experiences. So, if you are such a being and not just some figment of my imagination going crazy from having an overstimulation from the bard earlier and my mind not understanding and rationalizing colors and shapes and visual information correctly. Yeah.
Well, I have a few questions, plus I'm just upholding my end of a deal made by someone long ago.
All right. Our humor is whatever it is.
Well, let's just say Messina wished for me to be, put it, to help you on your way, at least for a little bit until you get going. Well, you seem to be doing just fine, so I thought I'd just pop in, have a chit chat, enjoy some apple pie, because those are really good. And you watch her again, like take her small kind of rapier and just kind of jab into the apple pie and start eating it off the rapier.
It's easier with a fork.
But it's less fun doing that, so you know. And there's just like, even though there's no like, you know, this place is fake, you still see like crumbs getting all over the floor.
In the back of her mind, she's just like, I'm so glad I'm not having to walk on this later.
Oh, that's another thing. Sorry. I actually need you to get me something, or rather, lost something. So, as you may or may not know, your father has something of mine. I don't think he should have it.
First of all, I'm not surprised about my father having something that doesn't belong to him. And I guess that means I should be asking what?
Oh, you know, it's just a sword that can cut beings' astral self completely, just killing them outright. You know, no big deal. Just simply called the Void Ripper, doesn't do anything horrible. Sometimes may trap their soul in the sword while their astral self is bound to float on into eternity and then just die into a crippling mess of disgustingness. You know, no big deal.
So my father has one of the gifts of the world.
Oh no, this isn't a gift. This is my sword. Well,
No,
other
thanks, sir.
sword.
Well, I mean, there was a prophecy handed to us that said something about ones that cuts through light. That sounds like your sword.
No, 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 no. I would never give any one of humanity something this valuable. This thing's. You think?
Just kind of smirks, and she's just like, "Have you are willing to lose it, Bun?"
Sadly, as my kind, we usually tend to hold up our end of the bargains for deals. Oh, you don't even know what I am, do you?
Yeah, 50-50 between a cat and a demon. Or a fiend.
Well, devil, but we're a special breed. Though, as much as I'd like to give you my name, I'd rather not give you that power over me. You could just simply call me a Canary. And I will type that out.
Canary.
If you want to roll me a history of religion to see what the fuck that is.
Huh, that weird thing that I actually have proficiency in.
Alright. You remember your mom from time to time would tell stories of Canary, which are basically the equivalent of wolf trickster spirits that tend to make deals with mortals and tend to generally be assholes or just very not great people to deal with from like most devils, but from time to time a lot of people have swindled Canary outside of rare valuable items from time to time, and once a Canary's any kind of like Canary thing, especially in Schlankton and all that, tend to sell for a lot on the black market considering how valuable they are.
Just out of curiosity, was it my father that swindled you or someone else?
It was actually neither. It was your mom.
Justice usually doesn't have facial expression. That one, her eyes like literally do the whole like sus, like the fuck did you say?
I mean, you can try to insight if you want. That's up to you.
Oh yeah, no, we're inside this shit.
From what you could tell, this Canary doesn't seem to be lying.
I don't really believe you. So lay it out as to how she swindled you.
As I said, she made a deal with me, and sadly I'm not privy to. I keep using privy today for whatever reason. I have no reason to share that information with the contractee, considering you don't have my name and no power over me. But maybe if you find the contract, you can maybe figure out how everything went down.
Let me guess, it was because she died before everything went through.
No. You'll understand as you go further down this little rabbit hole, my sweet Justicia. And as she says that, her voice at sweet Justicia kind of mimics your mom.
Oh yeah, no, there's that lip quiver of like, how dare you?
Look, at the end of the day, I'm still an asshole. But I can help you expand on your abilities more than Thamus could because I understand the inner workings of astralness and how it can work. So, if you wish to work on your astral sight, I just need a connection. And as you do this, she does kind of walk over to you, Justice. A little bit closer. Perhaps this one, and you see Jelly just kind of sitting on your shoulder. At least form a small bond.
Like all Disney style, like Justice like reaches up and like grabs him away, like it's my tip.
No, I don't wish to take him. I just simply wish to use him as a intermediate so I have the bond restored that was broken. Think of it like a conduit almost. Plus, with Jelly, it could also help as a way to influence your astral sight to be stronger.
If you harm Jelly, I will figure out a way to hurt you.
You can certainly try, my.
Okay, you're the one that says that your name's written down on a contract somewhere in Schlanken.
Did I now? She just, from what she said there's a contract and you to find it. She didn't say where it was.
It still exists.
And she pats Jelly on the head a little bit. Oh, sleep well, Justicia. You will probably need it for wherever the hell you're. She says with a smirk as the dream slowly begins to fade away. And I guess that's where we're gonna end the session for tonight. So I'd like to thank everyone for coming to this session of pain and everything that happened. Only slight player backstory and some shopping. And I'm DM Mariner. You can find me on my Twitch at Transpace Mariner and on my Twitter at DM Mariner. I don't really post as much tweet as I used to, and I should probably get back on that grind, but I've been kind of busy with other things, but I'll eventually get back onto that, and I'll pass it over to Jeebus.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeebus the Dingus. You are watching this on my Twitch channel. The videos will be going up on YouTube this week. Get ready for the flood because I have last week's and this week's to now upload, and everything rendered out good, so we're all set. I just need to have the internet bandwidth to upload them all at the same time. So get ready for
Weird.
that. Thank you for watching. we will see you next time on Sunday. I will probably be streaming this week, but I've said that every week and I've streamed like once, so
I mean, I'll be streaming at least tomorrow because I want to play more and more. Also, does anyone else want to plug or nah? I'm guessing not because
Yes.
we've already. All right.
Well, we'll go first.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Goth Moogle. I play all 3 days too.
I suffer.
If you don't want to watch it on Jeebus's for some reason because you're weird or something, you can watch it on my Twitch where I host too. But stuff. It's at goth_Moogle. I don't really do anything else with it. Don't have any socials.
Alright.
I'm Miser, the apparently evil DM for Sunday for the Into the Wildlands. I play Jackal for Drake Salvation, and currently the mind messed up and out on the hunt, fangs on blades in the one in the chamber. So I don't stream anything on Twitch because I don't really have those social medias up and about. But you can see me hovering around or messing around, chatting and talking to everybody else's social medias, give or take.
But,
And that's about it.
but yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. I will be back in 2 weeks where I will depress the party even further and just blow their minds for about 20 minutes as they blow a whole another ethereal plane for whatever fucking reason.
I got a
Yeah, I
gun
guess
now. I just need ghost bullets.
But yeah, that should be it.